Okay, the step we're on now is to remove the EPS. That's this foam cover. And again, all at the direction of tech support. And what they want me to do right now is to what's called pierce the EPS. And that literally means taking your putty knife and starting to break the seal with the moly coat. Paper towels are going to be very important at this point. Okay. Put it in there, and that's why you see me flexing it. I'm going to loosen it and start to pry it off, but you don't get tough on it. It's foam. It will break, and it cannot afford any kind of break like that. So I work on it there. You can kind of hear it a little bit loose on this side here. Okay, on the left side, and I'm going to repeat this process of getting the putty knife in there. You can hear it, that's a beautiful sound there. That's the EPS starting to come out. I'll continue loosening up a bit more here. Excellent, that's what I want to do. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the other side. Repeat that too. See what's coming off here? I'm just working it. I'm not forcing it. Just working it here. And this snorkel, I want to get that out of there because it'll have the effect of holding on to the EPS. It is nearly there. Down towards you and going down. That's the motion you want. Ready? So at this point, give me a moment. I need to let support know to cut the fans. Okay, so support has cut the fans. You can hear it get quiet now. I'll give it upwards of 10 seconds for the fans to fully stop because you heard a little more quieting. And don't pull off one side too much further than the other because you do not want any separation. This particular one's giving me a little more resistance on the bottom side here, so I'm going to be very gentle. Small motions. Hold that open just a little, be gentle there. Okay, so here's the EPS. Okay, and now I've got to place it somewhere safe, and I'm going to place it atop the machine here because I can't afford for anybody to step on it or kick it. Okay, there. And then as far as this particular fan here goes, let's see here. place that back in. And if ever they come out, I'm going to get on this side. But if the fan comes off like it did, remember the fans, you can see the fan blades here, and on this side you can see the fan blades there. They face each other because it'd be real easy to put it in the other way and it's just going to create a havoc. Fans face each other, just remember that. Okay, and here you can see just how much ice is built up. Look at that, it's all solid. Frosted here, there's ice here. That's why it was got so much resistance getting it off. Okay, so I can't afford to get things dirty here. So now will come the defrosting part of it. There's this intake right here. That is really good if you stuff that with paper towels, because that will trap a lot of the cold air inside the unit. And remember, remove that before you put the EPS back. It's going to create a whole bunch of havoc if that remains. Okay. Support may want you to test the fan to see how well they spin, and it's frozen. Look at that. It's not moving. And the other one, this one is, but it should be spinning a whole lot faster. Okay, so we'll have to deal with that. Okay, now what I'm needing to do is thaw this out, and the fan, because you saw previously that it's not, doesn't appear iced over, but it won't move. The heat gun has two settings, this one anyway, high and a medium. I go with medium, not high, because you get high, you can start warping the EPS, and I can tell it's been warped previously. Okay, we want to avoid that. And just run it alongside there. And here along the fins, as they call it. The fins thaw up pretty easy. Pretty quick. Thawing process is a little slow at first because you're doing the whole area, but as certain parts thaw out, then you can concentrate on what remains and it starts speeding up. And there's the wire here from the thermistor. You can see it there in black. That's why you don't want to pound this with heat, because you can melt wires. These wires, sheathing could melt, so be careful. You won't see me just concentrating in one area. I just move it around, applying that heat. Thaw out good. You might try to see if you can break some of it, but remember there is a wire inside there. You don't want to damage that, okay? And you also don't want to damage these fins. Somebody previously has bent them. Bent them pretty good. But if I can just fracture it, then it can take a whole piece out and speed this process up a whole lot more. Like I just fractured it right here. The old fan and that's held, the pan is held by one screw here, two that are unfortunately on the back. And that's where we're going to end up needing the angled ones of torque. Okay, so I'm going to remove this screw here. And has some grease on it, so I wipe that off. Okay, set that off to the side. And it's got that zip tie there. I'm going to have to break that zip tie. I did not picture earlier, but I have a pair of snips, and you'll need that because to cut these, you want to be, and I'm using it as a pointer right now, you want to be able to cut that, but not cut anything else, just the small zip tie. That's why snips are so handy that way. Okay, see that? Now I can remove just the zip tie. That screw there, I can pull this forward a little bit and be gentle. So you gotta get, here you can see the bottom part of the screw, okay? I have to get in there and downwards actually to get the loosening motion. Okay, I'm using the angled bit here because you can get the torque in there, but this one lets me get it in and start ratchet getting it off. See? Okay. Continue removing. Okay, that one's off. Right here. Okay, now I want to cut every wire really coming off of the old pan, but you want to do so at this RTV caulking, so as close as you can, and being careful not to cut anything else. That's why snips are so handy that way. Okay, I'm going to cut these. Do not cut the multicolored wires. That would be very, very bad. And okay, and now with those, I can gently remove. So let me damage that. This is the old pan. This, it'll still be sent back, but this gray piece here, that needs to move over to the new one. And it's a whole lot easier to do it now. Okay. Bring in a new pan in place, okay? And old one. There we go. And now I slide in the new one. Okay. There we go. Putting it in. Okay, there. We got a good fit there. I have to first put on those 2 screws that go behind this. Again, I'll make sure that I have a catch for them if they should fall. Okay. Coat off there. Okay, and okay. And I go with the bottom one that tends to be the most problematic. Okay. Sorry. Good. Here.